Hola, welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. The Energy Department is encouraging Filipinos to take part in Earth Hour 2025 this Saturday. People are urged to turn off non-essential lights and appliances from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. The theme, switch off and secure water for all. And this emphasizes the link between energy and water conservation. Energy Secretary Rafael Lotilla explains that each kilowatt hour of electricity used affects water resources. Energy production is also impacted by this and depends on water for cooling processes. Lotilla also emphasizes the vital role of energy conservation in protecting life and ensuring resources for future generations. In last year's edition of Earth Hour, the Philippines saved 132.11 megawatts of energy, roughly enough to power over 130,000 homes for an hour. Rising temperatures and extreme heat are increasingly becoming a concern not just for our environment, but also for public health. As the effects of climate change intensify, heat waves are now impacting everything from agriculture to the well-being of communities. To help us understand the implications of this alarming trend, we are joined via Zoom by Ana Solis, the Chief of the Climate Monitoring and Prediction Section at PAGASA. She will share with us the insights on how climate change is affecting both our health and natural resources here in the Philippines. Magandang umaga, Ms. Ana. Thank you so much for joining us here on It's a Beautiful Day.
Yes, good morning, Paulo. Good morning, everyone, Monique and Anne, and those who are watching right now. Good morning, po.
Ms. Ana, the State of Climate Report revealed that in 2024, it is the hottest year on record. It surpasses the pre-industrial temperatures by 1.5 degrees Celsius. So when you take a look at what that means for the Philippines, how has that affected yung trabaho nyo po in terms of monitoring the temperatures and the adaptations needed dito sa bansa po natin?
Yeah, so when we think of the climate situation here in the Philippines, so we are already marked by increasing temperature. So mas umiinit na rin yung ating temperature. And also we are experiencing stronger typhoons. So being an island country, so we are very prone to sea level rise as well. And also with this unpredictable weather patterns such as last year, nakaranas tayo ng mga marching typhoons and mga record-breaking maximum daytime temperature and higher heat index. So here in the Philippines, the 2024 was also the warmest year on record. So it already surpassed yung warmest year natin, supposed to be yung 1998, with a very small margin of temperature anomaly that was from year 1951 to 2020. And we also observed that there has been an increase in our mean temperature about 0.77. Kumbaga yun yung 0.77 degrees Celsius. This is the warming trend or local warming trend natin here in the Philippines. And there has been an increase in annual maximum temperature of around 4.41 degrees centigrade. But ang alarming dito is an increase of about 1.27 degrees centigrade increase in our minimum temperature. So ibig sabihin, mas nagiging warmer yung ating mga nights sa ngayon. And if we are referring to a specific event that for us in BOST Pag-asa, it will be harder to monitor and adapt with these climate impacts due to these several key challenges. For example, nagkakaroon tayo ng more frequent and intense extreme weather events. So in 2013, we experienced stronger typhoons and prolonged droughts, such as last year. So it could strain our disaster response system, and it makes us difficult to predict and prepare for those climate-related risks. And also, nakaranas din tayo ng mga rapidly intensifying typhoons. So ito yung mga sharp and sudden increase in wind speed ng ating mga tropical cyclone in a shorter period. So it would take us less time to warn the public and also less time to prepare yung ating mga communities, and this could lead to higher casualties and destruction. So yun yung mga nakikita natin. And also with the rising sea levels, coastal erosion, so nagkakaroon naman tayo ng mga environmental degradation that could face significant threats and could endanger our fisheries, communities, and also the agriculture sector. So those are some of the challenges that we could face right now. And in terms of adaptation, so mataas din yung challenges natin dito. We need to build more resilient infrastructure. So yung mga sustainable agriculture and also yung proper implementation of disaster preparedness measure. So, and it could entail financial and technical and political hurdles. So, napakaraming challenges. Kumbaga, multiply effect na ito.
Ms. Ana, one of the other things that we have been talking about recently is yung mga heat indices. They have been reaching alarming levels as of late, even here in the first quarter of the year. Let's take a look first at yung mga heat waves po. We mentioned in the past na dumadami na yung mga typhoons on average compared to a few years ago. But in terms of the heat wave occurrences in the Philippines, dumadami po ba? And of course, how intense is it compared to what we've experienced in the past in terms of the data that we have?
Yeah, so in the Philippines, we call it heat extremes kasi medyo mas applicable kasi yung heat waves in some subtropical countries because of their higher number of days and yung mas madami yung mas mataas yung temperature anomaly for prolonged heat waves. So here in the Philippines, we are only experiencing heat extremes. And if we try to consider the increasing trend, as we have said, 2024 was the warmest year and it slightly surpassed the previously warmest year. And nakikita natin increasing trend. And last year, we have experienced at least 9 PAGASA weather stations that surpassed its historical highest temperature since 1947. And this includes 2 stations here in Metro Manila. So meaning yung effect ng urban heat island effect and also because of this global warming and the naturally occurring phenomena such as mga stronger El Nino. So we might see a warmer world and a warmer Philippines that could cause significant health impacts or increased demand, for example, in domestic water supply and of course yung energy consumption. And we are seeing a lot of increasing trend, lalo-lalo na yung mga more high indices and also yung effect on urban heat island effect that could significantly impact our health as well as given Philippines as tropical country.
Ms. Ana, you mentioned it a while ago yung agriculture being affected by our recent weather changes as well as yung health. Pangunahan muna natin yung agriculture in particular. Do you feel that this might actually affect rather yung food security natin dito sa Pilipinas considering na kailangan mag-adapt yung mga farmers po natin or even those who own fisheries in terms of yung production po nila, yung schedules po nila, and of course the quality of the crops and of course the different types of livestock?
Yeah, as I have mentioned a while ago, so increasing trend natin yung ating nighttime temperature. So nighttime temperature is very important dun sa ating agriculture sector because it is during night kasi when there is no incoming solar radiation where plants are distributing its food, yung ginawa niya maghapon during photosynthetic activity. So perhaps higher temperature or high nighttime temperature could affect the nutrient management cycle ng sa crops natin such as palay. So therefore, in decreased yield in rice production, so yung nagkakaroon ng mga spikelet sterility, and higher temperatures can have higher evaporation rates sa ating mga water resources natin, so it could affect our irrigation as well. And if we are trying to assess the impacts on water resources, agriculture, and food security, when it comes to heat index din naman, it still affect on humans. So I mean, increased demand for potable water dahil mas nauuhaw tayo. So yung ating mga farmers natin and fisher folks, mas higher risk sila dun sa heat stroke pag maghapong nagtatanim. And also, it could threaten our food security as we have said dahil magkakaroon ng mga stress dun sa mga crops natin.
Yeah.
And this could reduce yields, especially for heat-sensitive crops like rice and vegetable. And also, yung extreme heat could also shorten the growing period ng crops. So, it could lead to lower quality production and, syempre, higher food prices. So, yung purchasing power ng tao ay mas malilimit natin. And as we have said, more evaporation, mas mainit, less water for irrigation. So, leading to smaller harvest. So those are the some of the impacts in terms of food security and agriculture, especially here in the Philippines.
Miss Anna, we're running out of time, but I want to touch on health first because
Mhm.
we have been talking a lot about yung heat indices po. And marami nagugulat na napakataas ang heat indices,
Mhm.
especially in Palawan, in some parts of
Mhm.
Mindanao as well. You take
Mhm.
a look at the fact that this is not even supposedly the
Mhm.
hottest part of the year. Just how
Yes.
much worse could it become in the upcoming months? And of course, ano
Mhm.
yung advice nyo po for those dealing or will have to deal with these extreme heat conditions?
Yeah, so as of now, we are not yet declaring the onset of warm and dry season months. We still have this ongoing northeast monsoon, and there's still a lot of cloudiness and rains as well in some parts of the country. So we will be expecting hotter temperature, but if we try to compare it during our last year warm and dry season months, much hotter last year, much record-breaking last year, much higher heat indices. But for now, also, at least talagang mainit pa rin yung warm and dry season months natin. And we need to take care of our health and also makinig and turn on your different stations para po makinig and try to monitor with different announcements and issuances of the OST PAGASA.
She's the chief of the Climate Monitoring and Prediction Section at PAGASA, Ms. Ana Solis. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.